Hello! Today we're going to be looking at the Dark Lord ending to Dark Souls 3. The achievement you get when you complete it is the Usurpation of Fire. So let's begin. Where you'll begin your quest to become the Dark Lord is an undead settlement where you'll meet Yoel of Londor, and after accepting him into your service and sending him to Firelink, he will perform a task for you. You should now return to Firelink and ask Yoel to draw out your true strength, thereby giving you a dark sigil.
Then shall we begin? Bearer of the dark sign, let your true strength shine.
These sigils are key to you becoming the Dark Lord. You'll end the game with 8 of them, but for now you'll get 5 from Yoel of Londor. The first dark sigil Yoel of Londor gives you is free, but the next ones you will need hollowing points for. You get these via dying while you have that first dark sigil. It thereby makes you a hollow from Dark Souls 1 and 2, for example. The more hollowing points you have, the more beef jerky-like you look. You get the next dark sigils at 2, 6, 12 and 16 hollowing points. This is how it works out because the amount of hollowing points you get each time you die scales off the amount of dark sigils you have. For example, if you have 4 dark sigils and die, you will gain 4 hollowing points. This thereby means that you should die twice, 3 times in a row, and return to Yoel to draw out your true strength each time, and then for the final time only die once. The fastest way to achieve this is to go up to the top of Firelink and jump off multiple times, like I'm doing here. After you have done this, you should reset the area through a homeward bone or teleporting to another bonfire and back, and return, and Yoel should be dead, but Yuria should have arrived.
Oh, prithee, art thou good Yoel's master? I am Yuria of Londor, a close friend of his. Thanks to thee, Yoel's soul is redeemed. Allow me to express my gratitude in his stead. Another matter. Thou'rt a lord, art thou not? Bearer of the dark sigil, and our Lord of Hollows. For the time thou remainst our Lord, we of Londor shall serve thee. And I, of course, am also thine.
As you continue on into the game and reach the Sacrificial Road, you will find 2 NPCs called Horace and Anri. An interesting point is that Anri will change dependent on your gender. If you're male, she is female. If you're female, he is male.
How do you do? I am Anri of Astora, unkindled like you. This is Horace, a friend and travelling companion. Are you too in search of the Lords of Cinder? We are well along the road of sacrifices. Below us is the Crucifixion Woods. Beyond the flooded woods lies Farron Keep, home of the Undead Legion. Further yet is the Cathedral of the Deep. We seek the cathedral, home of the grim Aldrich. We may go our separate ways now, but we are both seekers of lords. The next time we cross paths, one may find the other in a time of need. May the flames guide your way. Oh yes, Horace. He's not very talkative, but don't think ill of him. He's an upstanding, kind-hearted knight, a fine partner for this grueling journey. Without his help, I would have cursed this onerous duty long ago.
After you've killed the Deacons of the Deep in the Cathedral of the Deep, you can then return to Firelink Shrine and talk to Anri. It doesn't advance their quest line, but it is a nice story point.
Oh, and we meet again. We spoke before on the road of sacrifices. Anri of Astora. I'm well pleased to see you safe. We reached the Cathedral of the Deep, but Aldrich's coffin was empty. The man-eater must have left for his true home. The little doll in the empty coffin told me. Aldrich is said to hail from Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, an ancient fabled city. A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Farron Keep, and so becomes our destination.
Continuing on with the game, you meet Anri twice within the catacombs, once on the upper level and once on the lower one.
Oh, hello. How very fortunate. Have you seen my companion, Horace? To my shame, I was snared by a trap and we've become separated. I've not been able to find him since. Yes, I see. Horace is a valiant knight. He can look after himself, no question. He's probably searching for me right now, with twice the resolve. If you happen upon him, please tell him that I remain in the catacombs and will lay prism stones to guide him, as always. Please send him my word, I beg of you. May the flames guide your way.
When you see Anri for the second time in the catacombs, in the lower level, you are in fact above where Horace is. He is down below the bridge in Izalith, but he has presumably hollowed as he attacks you if you go to see him. This is why if you send Anri after him, telling her where he is, you can get her killed, unless you first go down and kill Horace yourself. It's the easiest way just not to say where Horace is at all.
Ah, hello. We meet again. Have you seen Horace anywhere? Oh yes, I see. I've searched high and low with no luck. Perhaps he's left the catacombs. Oh, Horace, where have you run off to? Oh, Horace, where have you run off to? Have you abandoned me? No. What a horrible thought.
You meet Anri next in Irithyll, in the Church of Yorshka.
Oh, I thought it might be you. Good to see you. I never managed to find Horace. But my duty must be done, even alone, as an unkindled Lord Seeker. For the children I knew, bless their souls. We all have our reasons, don't we? Please, take this. Recompense for my foolish request. And also a token of protection. May the flames guide your way. Ah, you are brave indeed, to face your duty alone. I would do well to learn from you. May the flames guide your way.
After making your way through the area, summon Anri to help you kill Pontiff Sylvan. Anri is a fairly standard warrior and does a fairly standard job during this boss fight. Once you've murdered Sylvan, return to Yuria at Firelink Shrine and have a talk with her.
Speak thy desire. Our lord and liege, knowest thou of a maid named Anri? She is hollow, and will join thee in wedlock. A fellow of mine guides her at this moment. When the time is ripe, thou mayst make thy salutations. For what lord taketh no spouse? Ah, greetings, our lord and liege. Good tidings. Thy spouse is ready. The time is ripe to greet her. The girl awaits thee in the hidden dark moon chamber of Anor Londo. So thou mayst a true monarch become.
Make your way to the Darkroom chamber that you may recognize as Gwendolyn's room from Dark Souls 1, and hit the hidden wall that was there in 1 when you had the Dark Moon Ring.
Welcome, our gracious lord. Your spouse awaits you. You are very near. Please, take the sword of avowal. May you be the truest lord of Londor yet.
So the pilgrim gives you the sword of avowal, which is a fairly ominous sign, and asks you to go and do a bad thing. Now that you've proven yourself a certified douche, you get the rest of your dark sigils. I might point out now that you can in fact save Anri, but that's a different quest line, which I may go into another time. You should now return to Yuria and tell her how well the evil went.
Ah, our lord and liege. I presume thy holy vows are sworn? Wonderful. Now thou art the true and deserving Lord of Hollows. With the spouse, the strength to claim the fire is thine. Thy lordship, I prithee wrest the fire from its mantle. I, Yuria, and all Londor embrace thy impending lordship. Our lord and liege, I prithee, play the usurper. When the moment cometh to link the fire, wrest it from its mantle. The age of fire was founded by the old gods, sustained by the linking of the fire. But the gods are no more, and the all-powerful fire deserveth a new heir. Our Lord of Hollows, it shall be, who weareth the true face of mankind.
Now that all the pieces are in place for you to become the Dark Lord, you should head to the Kiln of the First Flame, and you should summon Yuria, and you should kill the Soul of Cinder. So that's that. You've achieved the end that you wanted. You've got your achievement on whatever platform you're using. Now I just wanted to have a bit more of an informal discussion about some of the failures that could occur during this. So the first one, as far as I know, would be the Yoel of Londor the Pilgrim, dying before having given you the 5 sigils. He does automatically die, whether you've left him out in the wilds or if you bring him back to Firelink Shrine, once you reach Catacombs. Another way that you could fail the ending is if Yuria is killed or is angered. Now, killing her is obviously going to stop the ending. However, the angering has multiple ways. So, the first way to anger her would be to stop the wedding, which you can do by murdering a pilgrim who is chameleoned in the corner of the Irithyll bonfire, which is at the Church of Yorshka. And if you kill that, then she won't kidnap Anri. Another way is to obviously just attack her. A third way is by healing the Dark Sigil, which you can do if you give the soul of a Firekeeper to the Firekeeper. She will heal the Dark Sigil for a price. Don't do that. Okay? Firstly, you can actually remove all the Dark Sigils by just going into New Game Plus. You don't carry them over as they're counted as keys. Secondly, it seems like quite a waste. Another way is if Anri dies, that can happen in a couple of ways, by the player or by telling her where Horace is. And another way is by not advancing the quest in certain places. I've not checked the places, but if you follow the guide you should be fine. Okay. That's it for the guide part of this video, apart from the fact that I've made a quick flowchart that you can download if you want in the description, which is a quick, rough kind of flowchart to the dark ending, if you wanted to have a go at looking at that. Now I want to just talk a bit about the character I was leveling during this recording session. So obviously I recorded playthrough of one character. It was quite an interesting one because it was a sorcerer, and in one, a sorcerer was my first character, and I really, obviously my first experience of Dark Souls, had trouble with everything, but sorcerer made it a lot easier, at least towards the end, I would say. The spells got a lot more powerful. At the beginning, though, I would say it's the most difficult, which is exactly how this felt. In 2, it felt like a grind, a struggle from beginning to end, which was not an experience that I particularly enjoyed. So it was quite a nice feeling at the end, especially the feeling of almost nostalgia towards my first character. I would, however, recommend playing it careful with Orbeck if you are making a sorcerer. I have a friend who decided to make a sorcerer, and he had some struggles with Orbeck, just disappearing after the 4th boss, killed without giving him a scroll, which you wouldn't really be aware of until the first time, or if you've read about him. It's not something you'd expect. So, yeah. Be careful with him. That's all, really. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that. And I should have more content of a similar nature coming out in the future. If there was any inconsistencies with how the actual end is meant to go, if there was an issue of some kind or something, do leave it in the comments and I will change this video. I'm going to leave all the files and stuff on my computer for maybe a couple of weeks, 2, 3, maybe a month. And if an inconsistency does come up, I will take down this video and I will upload a new one with the fix, because I understand that making an end, going through and doing the up to the ending, and then finding some small issue is a pain. So yeah. Thanks for watching.